All right, folks. So this is a video on the psychology of the market. If you guys are familiar with the channel, we use something over here called the cheat sheet. So what this chart represents is what you might recognize as a chart pattern, right? We have chart patterns over here. We have markets going up. We have markets going down. We have markets going sideways. We have markets going sideways. We have markets going up. Okay. So when this happens in an asset, right, as an investor, people feel certain ways with how things move up and down, right? When things are going up, people are very excited, right? People are having a good time. People are watching their portfolios, their accounts just skyrocket, right? They're excited, excited, excited. Problem is, not a lot of people have a plan or know how to execute based off of those psychological moves. Okay. So again, when something goes up 1 to 200%, people get really happy, right? People get excited, especially people if they bought down here or down here, right? If you catch a move like this on a weekly chart, okay, it's amazing, right? That's why they call it the mania phase, right? It's up, up and away, right? You're enthusiastic because you were right? And then down here, okay, this is where they call despair. Okay, so what I like to do as a trader, and I just use charts. I use indicators. I have a free course in my Discord. I talk all about the indicators I use, but a lot of it is wrapped up in psychology, in human emotion. Okay, that's just the way the market works. It's the way it manipulates. And the problem with most investors is they get emotional. Okay, they get emotional, especially down here. Okay, after we've capitulated, and capitulation, we'll talk about this today, but capitulation is free fall. Okay, that's like this. So I measure this on indicators on this charting platform called TradingView. Okay, and how I know something is capitulated is this could be measured, right? How I know that's happened is this blue wave down here on a weekly chart. Okay, I like to look at the macro thing. I'm not a day trader. These are swing trades, right? These don't play out in days or weeks. These are 1 to 6 month holds. But the idea behind our strategy is to buy when this blue wave is down here, okay, below the white line. It needs to be below the white line, okay? If it's below the white line, that's how I know it's gone down, okay? It's capitulated, right? It's went down. So typically what I look for in that, and I can actually measure this by using this long position tool here on the side of TradingView, okay? And you just come up here to the top, and what I like to do is also measure, right? So if this thing was up here at $30, right, $30 back here in December of 2024, and then it went all the way down here to what was that, about $10? It hit $10 there in April. So that dropped, right, from December to April, 70%. So 70%, down 70% off the high, that's capitulation. If you read any good investment book or any in any investing book like The Intelligent Investor, or listen to any Warren Buffett speeches or anything like that, they'll tell you when your asset goes down 50%, right? If the stock of Apple or the stock of Amazon just dipped 50% tomorrow, right, you would, I don't know about you, but, I would be wanting to go buy the stock of Amazon. Why? Well, because it's the largest company in the world and it's not going anywhere, right? 50% on Amazon would put us all the way down here at around 125. Okay, you'd be down here on a 50% drop. So a stock like Amazon isn't going to be as volatile as something like Ethereum or something like Chainlink or something like Bitcoin, right? Because it's such a big market cap. It takes a lot of money to move the stock of Amazon, right? It's a $1 trillion company, whereas something like Chainlink is only like an $8 billion project. So someone just has to sell $4 billion worth of coins for it to go down 50%. If Amazon was going to go down 50% tomorrow, right? If it was going to go down 50% tomorrow, someone would have to sell like 500 billion. They'd have to sell, 50 chain links to go down 50%. So it's harder to move a stock like Amazon, but these altcoins that a lot of you guys start out trading, a lot of you guys start out trading very volatile names, getting into crypto, which is just the way it is. But you could see that a lot of these names are down right below that blue line. So that doesn't mean we're going to go up tomorrow or the next week, right? But eventually, I believe this will correct. I don't know if it's going to be in a month. Our typical time frame for a trade is 1 to 6 months. Okay, 1 to 6 months, meaning I got to wait a minimum of 6 months. Okay, I say 1 to 6 months because I don't know. There's no way to really tell the exact date. Anyone who's given you a date and a time and a place or a price, I wouldn't trust them. No one knows what's going to happen, okay? But what I can see on the chart from the past data, right? I'm a logical guy. I like to go off data, right? I like to go off the charts, and I can come back here and I can see that every time that this wave was down here throughout history was a great time to buy, okay? Sometimes it might have taken longer to go up. Maybe it took 8 months, maybe it took 9 months, but eventually it did correct back up into this area. So that's just the goal behind it, right? I'm trying to play the psychology side of it. And if you listen to Warren Buffett too, I mean, he talks a lot about mental emotion. He says when there's blood in the streets, you should be buying. When people are scared, when people are freaking out, okay, when people are in despair is when you should be buying or holding. You shouldn't be selling in times of capitulation. It's just time to be patient, okay? If you're down 20%, 15% on a longer term time frame, I told you guys this on today's YouTube live, is it really going to matter if we buy Chainlink right here at $12 or if we buy it down here at 10 or 9? Okay, is it going to matter if we buy it at 9 or buy it at 12 if we think it's going back here to 30 or 20? Like, is it really going to matter? It'll make a little difference, but I mean, it's not really going to matter in the end, right? You're going to end in the green if you believe, right, Chainlink is going up, and everybody has their own assets and companies that they follow, right? There's a company like Verizon, okay? Verizon's another great company that's down here right now, okay? It's sitting right here with a support level at 38, pays a really good dividend. This thing isn't going to move 200%, right? From here to here is only 10%. So, that's just the way we approach it. And again, your risk factor is going to be based on what asset class you're wanting to get into. If you're a newer trader, don't like volatility, then don't trade crypto. Don't trade, if you're going to trade crypto, trade Ethereum or Bitcoin. Don't trade altcoins if you can't take volatility. A 20% dip in crypto is nothing. Like, it's nothing. You should not freak out about a 20% dip. Okay, especially if your name is 50 to 60 to 70% off the highs right now. Okay, look at Ethereum. Okay, Ethereum was up here at 5,000. Everybody was liking Ethereum up here. Everyone was talking about Ethereum up here. Everyone was asking me, is now a good time to buy ETH? Is now a good time to buy ETH? No. How do we know that? Well, we look at our indicator. If this wave is up here, okay, we know that people are excited. We know that people are enthusiastic. We know that people are curious. That is when we want to take profits. Okay, we want to take profits up here. When this wave is up here, given a red dot, that's when we want to take profits. When it's down here, given a green one, okay, green dot right there, $1,500 back in April. If you guys bought that back in April, we played this thing back in, I don't think we bought the exact bottom. I think we bought somewhere around here. But I mean, this thing went for a ride. This was one of our best trades last year. And why were we buying? Well, because it was the laughing stock down here. I was making Ethereum videos and people were laughing in the comments, and I get it, right? But no one's excited down here. It's called despair for a reason. I told you guys this on today's live as well. Okay, despair is despair. Despair is not sunshine and rainbows. People are not excited during this time. They are not excited. They are overly bearish. They're emotional, okay? Just like how the majority of them were really excited up here. The reason people are in despair is because they were buying, they got involved when we were up here. Right, when they were wanting to buy Ethereum up here at 4,500. We were taking profits up here, okay? Because that's what we do as traders. We have to take profits. I'm not interested in holding forever and watching it go up and down. I'd rather buy the swings, right? I want to buy down here, sell up here, okay? And that's the whole strategy behind what we do. And if you guys want to learn more, I have a free trading course over here. I never want to charge you guys for education. So there's a free trading course right here in the Discord. Just click on that link if you guys want to learn more about this strategy and about our indicators. There's just a link right here that you can watch. So if you guys got any questions, drop a comment. God bless you guys. I'll see you in the next one.